Yeah, when I heard about the 5-year program, I decided I wanted to stay at Marymount and continue my education here. Previously, I just wanted to transfer, but Marymount's offered me the opportunity of doing the 5-year plan and getting a Master's of Science in Leadership and Community Development. So I'd like to do that.
The 5-year pathway was designed to give our undergraduate students the option to stay for an extra year and complete the community psychology degree. This is a terrific benefit because students will take graduate classes in their senior year, and then once they finish their bachelor's degree at the end of their spring and their senior year, they'll go full-time right into the program, the MS program, and they'll finish in one full calendar year as opposed to 2 calendar years if they finish their BA and then come back. So we think this is going to be a terrific benefit to our students because it saves them time, it saves them financial resources in order to be able to get this degree. And it also builds on what they've learned in the undergraduate curriculum. Again, I mentioned our undergraduate curriculum is very research oriented. These skills will be a nice progression that they will have learned in their undergraduate, and then it will naturally feed into what they'll learn in the graduate program.
Marymount College has a master's pathway program. We have a BA MS program for both community psychology as well as leadership and community development. Students that are interested in psychology at the undergraduate level can come in, finish out their bachelor's degree, and then complete their master's of science degree in community psychology within 1 year after they finish their bachelor's. The same thing goes in terms of the leadership and community development program.
I think it was interesting that I could get it done in 5 years instead of doing grad school for 2 years. So I think, because it's fast, it's more appealing.
Students can complete their bachelor's degree of business here at Marymount College and then finish their master's of science in leadership and community development 1 year after they finish their bachelor's degree. Both pathways really make it a very seamless transition for students to obtain their advanced degree.
We have designed programs, and we've done so in response to 2 things, really. Our students' needs and what we see as important opportunities or needs in society and in the region. So we're looking at graduate programs that can be combined with the BA, so the 4th year student is able to take some graduate courses and then complete the graduate degree, the Master's of Science, within 15 months of the BA, if they plan ahead. Now, they're flexible programs, they can combine part-time and full-time study, but they could complete the work in 5 years total. Now, why did we design these programs? We know that about 2/3 of our students intend to go to graduate school, and we know that they expect to take on leadership roles at various points in their lives in different forms in their communities. And so we've combined some theoretical conceptual work with applied work. So each of the masters has a research methods course, a GIS geospatial lab, to really learn how to not only interpret data but present data for different audiences, including spatial data, visual communication of data. There are a couple of leadership courses, including leadership as storytelling. How do you build or define a compelling narrative so that your team is following a joint vision? We have an ethnography course, and it's fascinating because we all step into leadership roles from different backgrounds without necessarily having the training to go into the different cultures, organizational cultures and community cultures that we work with. Anthropologists do this routinely, and they are trained to do this. So we have an ethnography course. What does it mean for a manager or a consultant to go into a community and be in that community but not of that community? And how to fit in, but in such a way that you can then make recommendations and work with a particular project or task at hand. So we have folded that into the curriculum as well. And all that leads to a year-long individual field project. So the student can either work in their current place of employment and study something there, or we can help place them through our faculty and our career services contacts, place them somewhere and really tackle an issue, a question, a problem, frame an inquiry, study the data, and report back with recommendations. Ideally, close a whole loop where there's a whole action research element to that. So the idea, of course, is that the disciplines will change over time, but the skills that an individual brings to a leadership role carry from one area to another. So we expect to see field placements in both rural and urban areas, ideally both, where a student can reflect and study something and then transport their learning to another setting and write about that and make their case.
This is extremely important given the fact that master's degrees are pretty much what we're looking at for educational success as well as professional success in the future.
These programs are pending WASC approval, and we are expecting to be serving students in these courses effective next year.